Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Look, let's just jump right in. I know so many of you have been anxiously hitting refresh, checking your NIOS April 2026 results, and for some of you, well, it wasn't exactly the cinematic victory you were hoping for, right? If you're feeling stressed or just totally overwhelmed right now, I want to validate that. It is completely normal to feel that way. But I also want to make you a firm promise today. By the time we finish this explainer, you are going to have a crystal clear step-by-step roadmap to upgrade your score and literally save your academic year. You are definitely not out of options yet.
All right, first things first, we've got to acknowledge the elephant in the room. That immediate stomach-dropping panic of opening your Marksheet and, instead of seeing a nice comforting pass at the bottom, you're staring at this confusing alphabet soup. You might be seeing letter codes like SYC, SYCT, SYCP, or maybe even a really intimidating row of X's. When you expect a simple pass and see those instead, yeah, your heart drops. I get it. But take a deep breath with me here. I want to reassure you right now. These codes are entirely manageable. They are not a permanent failure. Seriously, they're just specific instructions telling you exactly what your next steps are.
So, what does this all mean? The basic rule from the NIOS board is actually pretty straightforward. If all 5 of your subjects have a P next to them, you passed. Awesome. If not, you've got a code to decode. Let's break them down. If you see SYC, it means you need to retake both the theory and the practical exams for that specific subject. Now, if you see SYCT, you notice that T at the end? That means you only need to sit for the theory exam again. Your practical score is perfectly fine. And SYCP means you only need to redo the practical exam. Make sense, right? Now, there's one really important exception to keep in mind here. Take a subject like political science, which doesn't even have a practical component. If you get an SYC in political science, it simply means you only need a theory retest because, well, a practical exam for that subject doesn't even exist.
Here is the absolute best piece of news, so please hear this. You are not starting from scratch. Let's take a massive weight off your shoulders right now. If you got these confusing codes in just 1 or 2 subjects, you only retest for those specific subjects. That's it. If you stumbled on 1 subject, you take 1 exam. If it's 2, it's 2. You absolutely, under no circumstances, have to retake all 5 subjects. The burden here is just much lighter than it probably felt when you first opened that result.
Section 1. The On-Demand Exam Solution. Fast-track your passing Marksheet.
Okay, so you might be wondering, how do I fix these codes quickly without waiting around for a whole new academic year? The answer is the on-demand exam, and the magic number you need to remember here is 45. Literally, within just 45 days of sitting for this on-demand exam, you are going to receive a fresh, updated result. That new Marksheet will show all 5 of your subjects, completely wiped clean of those scary SYC codes, showing that you've successfully passed. It's a remarkably fast turnaround, and it's specifically designed to get you back on track right away.
So how exactly do we make this happen? I want to give you the exact step-by-step registration roadmap so you know precisely what to do the second this explainer ends. Step 1. Head to the links provided by the source in their description box and click the one that matches the exact number of subjects you need to retake. Step 2. Add it to your cart, hit proceed, and fill in your details. Step 3. Pay the required fee and download the PDF form that pops up. And Step 4. Just sit tight. You'll actually get a direct call back from the support team to book your specific exam date and secure your hall ticket. It's a totally streamlined process to take all the guesswork right out of your hands. And listen, you definitely shouldn't panic about the actual test, because you are not doing this alone. You aren't just paying for a piece of paper to get into the exam hall. You are unlocking a massive support system that comes directly with your registration. We're talking 40 to 50 guaranteed questions that are heavily targeted to actually appear on your exam. You get 5 focused study classes, and the source makes it clear that reviewing just these 5 classes is totally enough to get you through. Plus, you get full end-to-end exam support, your hall ticket, and curated study material. Basically, this ensures you don't just sign up, but you actually pass easily, without having to scour the internet for textbooks or hire expensive private tutors.
Section 2. The Improvement Exam Pivot. Upgrading scores below 75%.
Now, let's pivot for a second. What if you actually passed all your subjects? Congratulations. But your overall score kind of dipped below that crucial 75% cutoff you need for the college admission you desperately want. Well, guess what? You can use this exact same on-demand exam system to apply for an improvement exam, which lets you boost your scores in whatever subjects you choose. And I know the biggest fear here. What if I do worse and lose my original passing grades? Listen, that is entirely a myth. Your previous passing marks are completely safe. They carry forward automatically. When your new results generate, everything just merges seamlessly into one unified final mark sheet. You get all the potential upside of a higher score with literally none of the risk.
Let's look at the timeline, because you've got some really flexible options here month by month. You can choose to sit for your exam in June, July, August, September, or October. But hey, remember that 45-day rule we talked about just a minute ago? Taking an early exam in June or July basically guarantees that your updated passing result arrives right in time for this year's college admissions. The timeline really is in your hands, but taking action early, that gives you the absolute biggest advantage for your future.
You might also be sitting there thinking, okay, but where do I actually have to go to take these exams? Let's just cross that logistical worry off your list right now. These tests happen locally at nearby KV, that's Kendriya Vidyalaya schools. You don't have to pack a bag and embark on some multi-city road trip just to take a test. When you register, a separate hall ticket is generated that directs you to the absolute closest KV center right in your local area.
But I do need to stress a bit of urgency right here. When you log into the booking portal to pick your date, you're going to see a calendar. You absolutely must look for the green symbols. Green means open seats are still available, and you need to lock those in immediately. If those seats fill up, they are gone. And if you wait around until there are only full seats left, well, you'll be forced to wait until next year's standard exam cycle. Missing out on those green symbols literally means losing an entire academic year. It's a real race against the clock.
As we wrap things up today, I want to leave you with a really reassuring promise straight from the source. They said, "I held your hand at the start and I won't let go until you pass. You will get your mark sheet." You are really not alone in this process. You've got a clear system, you've got the study materials handed to you, and you have a dedicated team ready to back you up. The path to passing is laid out right in front of you. So the real question isn't whether you can save your academic year, it's whether you'll let a few confusing letters stand in the way of your future. Thank you so much for joining this explainer, and hey, stay focused on your success.